Here is the answer for day 3. Question A. Identify all the elements in period 2 of the periodic table. Period 2 is row 2 of the table, and the 7 rows of the periodic table are numbered down the side. So we want to find row 2. The elements are lithium, beryllium, and then skip this big open space, and then boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. Regardless of if you listed the names or the symbols in the top box, please put both pieces of information in the bottom box. Lithium is Li, beryllium is Be, boron is a capital B, carbon is a capital C, nitrogen is capital N, oxygen is capital O, fluorine is capital F, and neon is Ne. Please notice the symbols that use 2 letters. The first letter is capital, the second letter is not capital. Question B. Identify all of the elements in group 7A of the periodic table. The groups are the columns of the periodic table, and there are 18 of them. Now, depending upon what periodic table you look at, the columns could be numbered differently. Some periodic tables number them from 1 through 18. Others use symbols like 1A, 2A, and then in the center section, 3B, 4B, and so on. And then jumping over here to the right, back to the groups with the A in the name, 3A, 4A, and so on. In our chemistry class and with our chemistry book, we're going to number the groups using the letter A and the letter B symbols. So group 7A is this one over here, which on some charts is column 17. So we can see that the elements are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine. Element number 117 is in that column, but because it's a man-made substance that existed for a split second of time in a lab experiment, we're not going to consider it as part of group 7A in our class this year. Also, let me point out that the 2 rows of elements that are pulled below the main body of the chart do not line up with the column numbers given above. In fact, this first row of 14 elements exists in between element 57 and element 72. That is, they're in between group 3B and 4B. Just because it's printed on paper that element 58, Ce, is kind of lined up in a column with column 5B, that doesn't mean it's in column 5B. Similarly, elements 90 through 103 exist in between elements 89 and 104. They're in between group 3B and 4B. So the answer to question B is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine. Finally, question C. In which period and which group is phosphorus? To answer this, you have to locate phosphorus, which is the capital P symbol, and figure out what row it's in and what column it's in. Looking at the number down the left side, we can see that it is in period 3. And looking at the number at the top of the column, we can see that it's in group 5A. So the answer to C is period 3 and group 5A.